So what did Antonio Banks come out to?
Okay, you asked the question. Antonio Banks was my name when I was on the independent scene in South Florida before I invented Montel Vontavious Porter MVP. And I had a few different songs that I used until I found the one that really fit. And Antonio Banks down in CCW, Coastal Championship Wrestling, and IPW, Tampa St. Pete, throughout Florida. I came out to Ludacris, move, move, bitch, get out the way, get out the way, bitch, get out the way. And after a while, like, because I worked hard on the Florida indie scene, and I worked up and down the state, and I really devoted myself to getting my name out there, and I was on TV across Florida. There was the Sunshine Network, which is a cable channel, and the late Hack Myers, rest in peace, the Extreme Shaw, ECW. He hooked me up to get booked on that because Scoot Andrews couldn't make it, and they wanted a black wrestler. And I can't remember the guy's name now, but he wanted me to be Luther Law. And I was like, with all due respect, sir, I'm here in Florida, been working really hard to get Antonio Banks over, and that's my name. And he said, well, okay, I'm just looking out for you. Yeah, sure the fuck you are. And I was able to use that name, and we did a TV taping at Miami Highlight. And and again, my greenness, because I didn't have anybody coaching me or teaching me. I'm booking myself. And he said, well, we're gonna tape 4 to 6 episodes of TV. So how much do you want for that? And at the time, I was getting like $20 a show, So I thought I was getting over. I'm like, $100. He goes, for the night? Yeah. Yeah, okay, sure. No, we're taping 6 episodes of TV.
And you got $100 for that whole
For the whole night.
Oh, you wild.
I thought I was getting over. I'm only getting $20 a show at that point, 20,
You wild
25,
out.
40. I'm thinking like, oh no, I'm getting $100. Like, and he's looking at me going, $100 an episode? Or, I'm like, yeah, $100. And he, yeah, okay, cool. So, but on that show, I was super green, but I wrestled uh, Barry Horowitz. He was the first guy I wrestled that night. So we came back. He was the one that gave the locker room like, the kid's okay. I wrestled Mike Enos. Um, I had wrestled a few guys who had been on TV. So that was on cable. And those episodes ran in reruns
Okay.
in perpetuity.
Right
It
up.
was on forever. So like if you had cable in Florida and you were flipping through like and you hit the Sunshine Network, at some point you saw me on there. And then there was a promotion in Ocoee, Florida. I can't remember, but they had Time Warner Cable. They had the whole TV truck out there. And my good friend Bruno Sassy, the guy asked Bruno to run the show and run the book. So he booked me. IPW had TV. Like anywhere there was TV in Florida, local or whatever, I was on it. So I was a young indie guy, but to a lot of the other indie guys and people are like, oh, I saw him on TV. I saw him on TV. So I was all across Florida, but I'm coming out consistently at this point. I've made it to the point where Ludacris Move is my song.
And on the Sunshine Network, on all its television stations, they're playing it?
I don't want to lie. So I can't remember if they used it on the Sunshine Network. It was Championship Wrestling from Florida. I can't remember now. It's been a long time. I can't. If you remember, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, do that. Drop it in the comments.
If you were watching, I can't recall exactly, but across Florida and across the independents that I was on the regular, I used Move, and it was so cool because I'd be behind the curtain, and at this point I had kind of gotten myself over on the Florida Indies, and now I'm over enough now that I'm charge at $100 now, man. I'm making $100 to come on your show now, brother. Hey, you saw me on TV in the Time Warner, Ocoee area. Yeah, you saw me doing the jobs on to jobbing to Barry Horowitz on Championship. Right? Yeah, brother, I'm somebody. But perception is reality. So across the state of Florida, I was on TV everywhere, and a lot of places that I was on TV, even in the places that I wasn't, I used Ludacris Move. And you could feel it was palpable. Like you could feel in the building, because I remember when I started to get myself kind of over in Florida, when that first would hit bomb, bomb, bomb,
Yeah.
bomb, 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 bomb. You would hear the pop in the
Yeah.
crowd, because now they know the music.
Right.
And they know that the guy who goes to the gym and has muscles and actually like is pretty good at this is about to come out and turn shit up, compared to the guys with the pot bellies and spaghetti arms and the kick pads and cut off jeans. And like, I was a pro. I had pro aspirations. I looked like a pro. I presented myself as a pro. But that music, when that music hit, you knew, oh, here comes Antonio Banks.